It's a little dark. So let me just do what I'm doing. I did myself a little tarot for a short amount of time, but I'm not feeling confident, and I know I don't have members yet, so I'm just gonna read some shit. And guess what? You're probably connecting with me in some way, because I mostly give a shit about a community with people who have the same energies as me. I'm needing some positivity right now. Fuck. God damn. All right. I already did some animal oracle for my cat to tell me about him. He's pretty awesome. So yeah, it's pretty much like, yeah. I'm here early. I'm a little early because I'm hungry. So I want to finish faster, but it's getting kind of fucking dark. I don't know how to do all this type of stuff all the time, so we're just doing cards for me. And if you're aligned with the way I do stuff, which is like anti-capitalism, pro-community, pro-communism, if you get all finicky about the word communism, just fucking don't say it, I guess. Just say community. That's the shit that I care about. Human beings. For the good of the colony. That's my motto. Because the bees was right. So I'm gonna go cut it to see what I want. Then I guess we're keeping this one. Old Soul. Maybe I'll keep the rest of them from this one. The Wolf, Pathfinder, and Raven for Shaman. This is the Black Jaguar. Black Jaguar is for an old soul. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. I'm feeling it. It feels affirmative. I guess everything is because I'm getting at the stuff here, but we got the Wolf for Pathfinder. Wolf for the Pathfinder. Release your past and start a new journey. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. I do feel about that I'm going to be able to... leadership isn't supposed to be... it's not that you control people. That's not true leadership. That's just manipulation. A true leader knows how to delegate with people for how to continue for the path and the things that they're doing, and that's what you do for teachers. They try and educate you in the best they can, and they also delegate for other type of things. So I don't see myself as being an individual, and I don't plan on doing that ever. And then we've got the Raven for Shaman, which I got this recently, or someone did. This is from the Spirit of the Animals Oracle by Jody Bergsma. So she's got these arts that are definitely her art. No AI, because I don't believe that. So the Raven for a Shaman. You are the creator and magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as a keeper of the mysteries. This one, does make me feel more connected for what I'm planning on doing things and all of that. And though it seems risky because of the society we live in, I'm just not doing it anymore the same way. I am going to get, some people will see that I said I've been feeling down, but in a good way, and a release of certain things. I'm trying to let go of patterns, and this is trying to tell me something to feel more confident for the way things are going to be. And I don't have to be so fearful, because the more you're afraid about certain way, you will get that type of thing. So when I'm telling myself, okay, I've always needed to get something to calm myself and my soul and all of that. I just figured out that my number for numerology is 2s. My birthday is January 2nd. When I turned 22, I had a brain surgery. When it was 2022, I moved 2 times to change to a different state. And now I'm having this, and then I also talked to my mom, and when I was in the hospital when I was 22 years old in the hospital, they also gave me a 222 room that I didn't know that. So yeah, most of the time, for most of the things that I do in my life, I don't know about numerology, and I don't even know about astrology. I'm just seeing the way things are. I'm just figuring stuff out as it goes. And I do also have an appointment on the 22nd of August for a pap smear and a mammogram. I think it should be, I don't want to be worried about it, and all of that. I'm going to trust it most of the times, could have died by now. It just feels that, especially with a couple affirmations I got from the oracle, is that the way things are is, I've done it before, I know about it. I could have been worse. I could have left by now, because a couple times I could have died anyway. And I'm trusting the universe so that I can figure out where to do my absolute best for this iteration. The society I live doesn't have anything for me to support that. That is okay. I want a better society. I want good things for all the people that I can. Entirely accessible for every single human, to given the option. I think that I think I do this in my past lives. I think I do those a lot of times. I had a dream. My dreams right now are not clear, but they did. Maybe it will because we're gonna have the new moon soon. I did have like not last month, but not last moon, but the moon before that, it was a menstrual. So I was on my period for the moon, and I'm about to again. I'm belated for my period, so I'm doing a menstrual doing a menstrual moon, which I'm late to that. Don't worry about that. Oh, you could be pregnant. No, I couldn't. I could if I was Mary having a baby Jesus, but no, I'm good. Anyway, the last moon, not last moon, but the moon before that was my period one that really guided me into the shit I'm doing now. And I did have a dream. I was preparing, well, actually, no, I didn't do teas yet. I wasn't doing dream work inherent. Yeah, no, I just had a powerful dream. My cat joined me and guided me for this type of thing. And I thought that, so it was mostly of me connecting with my past lives a little bit and with what I'm doing and what type of person I am. And one of those dreams for me is that I did remember I was like, I was hearing a voice. I was in a male voice. I can't be sure. I'm pretty sure that I was wondering if it was like, oh, could it be my past, I have a blocked memory as a child. And I was like, oh, could that affect it? But I don't think so. I think it was too positive to be about my past, my blocked memory. So I think it was me connecting with the cosmos, with my cat, who is a witch. All cats are witch, but mine is super powerful. The dream, I did know I had a silhouette. I could see a silhouette of in the dream, I also had the number 22 in the dream. I was looking into it kind of when I was awake about, 22, like maybe 1922, because I had the dream past the 22nd of the month. I didn't know about numerology then, and I still don't know numerology. I guess because I don't have that many people here and I'm just chatting a little bit. So, the dream was that I could hear my voice from my past life. I did that 2 dreams, that I could hear that voice. And I was like, and then I was also seeing a person with me. It would be my cat using the voice of my past life to tell me stuff. And I was like, yes. And then he was telling me, like, I was aware that it was my cat. I didn't think it was anyone else. I knew it was my cat in my dream with me. I told him, I bet you're this name, you sound like a name that it was, which I'm not gonna say that because I don't know about who I was then yet. I just know the gist, and I don't want to look on it for who it is. I don't want to know it historically. I don't want to read myself and teach myself about the figure. I want to remember it. And so I'm not trying to accidentally false memorize and create a memory that doesn't exist. I don't want to know who he was like, who I was like in my past life. And also, a lot of people don't support. They have their own beliefs, and it would be very offensive for the people who live, the descendants, and I don't want to make them upset based on that. And I don't want to let them know about that I'm aware of all of that. Anyway, my cat also said, "Oh, you have your. Do you want to know? Do you know your name from the cosmos?" And I was like, "Oh, what? Really?" He was like, "Oh, it's Rebecca." I was like, "What the fuck, Rebecca? Biblical?" I just laughed in my dream. I go, "Ha, Rebecca. That's so silly." Because I grew up Mormon, so it was very silly to hear that I had a biblical name in the cosmos. I was like, come on, Rebecca, Jesus. I did look into what Rebecca is online as like for the, I just Googled for what Rebecca means. A lot of it refers to, the religions have some of those, Judaism, Christianity. So it is biblical, but had a good thing, that as far as I know, it more of like ties things down and solidify things as a, like, from what I'm aware is like the foundations of things. I close something as we start for the next one. I tie it up, that's one's complete, and it comes to the next one. So if I'm familiar with that, I am tying it down now, and I chose to be at this time and all of the suffering that I've had in this iteration so that I would be aware of all of the things I want to be able to overcome for all of the things societally, so that I know how to manifest it for the way we're going to do it for the next one, and that I've done it before and I do it often. And I think if we know about simulation, which I don't know about the theory of simulation, that simulation is, it's honestly more of like your consciousness is your, if we know about dimensions, and planes and all that type of stuff, we, our consciousness, our soul goes somewhere when we're dead, right? It's that you kind of assume that you actually have a full body from the fifth or sixth or whatever dimension it is, whatever place it is, whatever plane it is, you have a full body. I'm not sure about that, but there is at least a consciousness of you in the cosmos that you come in to have your experience as a human for when you want to, what you want, that type of thing. So it's kind of like gaming. I don't know about the theory. I never read the theory for simulation. If it is, I'm figuring out what I'm trusting based on my instincts, is that we just, the way we want to do it for our consciousness, all souls, animal, human, whatever it is, the soul of ourselves might be always the same way. I think you have the option to choose different other things, but I think that me and my cat, who is my pelican spirit guide, which sometimes he spells things for me so I understand what he's trying to say. So he's my spirit guide that comes with me for each iteration, whatever type of body he goes as an animal. My last iteration, he was a bird. I don't know what he was. This iteration, he's a cat. And which is funny because actually at one point I did have a bird in this iteration and I could not handle it. And I was like, I thought I wanted a bird. Kind of makes sense because I think that would have made sense that I tried to do it again to find my spirit guide. But I wouldn't have been able to plan for a cat at all. I didn't know I was gonna be a witch, honestly, for this iteration until got my cat the witch. And I think people can, their souls have differences of the way that they do things. Your experience is, if you're like a video game, you choose the way you like the game. That I guess I'm really chatty. So anyway, that for the iteration, you choose the difficulty of the game. We always do that. I actually like to keep my game setting as like, for like an actual game, I like that shit on like medium to low. I don't like it. I wouldn't do an expert. I would not do expert, which is pretty funny because I am in expert mode in the iteration. Like, and if I do this, and if I'm called Rebecca, for every iteration I do the same way, I'm always on expert mode. This one I could be at even worse expert mode if I was literally darker skin than the white that I have right now. Yeah, I don't know. I think the whiteness is, if I can, might make it easier for taking the white privilege to make things, because of the default of whiteness as the privilege that we have, it might be able to give me an advantage for me to at least have a certain amount of people, since it's a default. But I might be able to take advantage of the privilege for the way I'm going to plan for things at a certain point. Anyway, I had all those figuring stuff out. And, but I still feel confident about what we want for the good of the colony. Sometimes you do want to be, maybe that's what we're thinking about. I was, no, I don't know how that goes. I was thinking about, I just learned fucking the other few days, like probably yesterday I learned online, that when you have bees, Anne of all trades, she's got this cool farm, and I just watched it fucking yesterday. It must have been just yesterday that she saw recently. She could hear bees swarming. She was educating us about that bees, when there's too many, they create another queen. So a new queen that they have people sprouting. So they split it for a second queen, is what Anne of all trades is saying. That you, and then they start moving. So you have your original colony. When there's too many, they split some to grow space for the new one. I don't know how that applies for that, because I guess that does make sense. If I think of maybe for the good of the colony, for moving things, that does apply to that, because I'm also thinking that literally it has to be people who want to. And so it would make sense that if we're thinking of it as an analogy, I will not force anyone on anything. And so it will be just those who agree to the movements that I'm going to be a part of, the energy that I'm going to shift into a certain way, that not everyone's going to choose to go that way in the first place. People will choose to stay in the patterns that they have, and they choose to exist the same experience they have, because it's hard to change from anything. And so people will usually choose the same stuff that they have. I think I will only have a certain amount of people who understand that and agree to that and go, okay, I can take the hard times, which is literally feeling about movements, stressing from a move is always an issue. The more of people who are ready to move, the better. The only thing I can do that is to straight up let go of all the capitalism so I can have space for the movement. I'm chatty as fuck because this is just gonna go public anyway. I don't have members, and I don't always want to have the option of membership, and I at this point don't make money so far. I've had tips from people so far, and it's already showed me that things will probably work out. I'm not supposed to watch the water boil. Just supposed to figure stuff out, release and have more relaxation and building the skills that I want to do, the things that I value and understand about what type of person I am, and being connected with the energies that I'm wanting for the shift of everything. There's going to be a shift no matter what. You can either choose with the patterns that you're expecting and you're used to, or it's going to happen because it's the end of the 250. All of history knows that the patterns are there, the cycles are there. It's up to us to just choose to decide to take the risk of whatever it may be. I think the risk already has it for capitalism. It's not worth it. It will not serve those who keep it. And I will not take something that will not serve me, even though as risky as it may be. So I was gonna do a certain way, but now I chatted too much. I was gonna do the Celtic. Too many words. Maybe I'm not even doing pendulum. I don't know. I'll probably use a pendulum at some point to ask about my cat, see if he's feeling. I'll figure it out, but maybe I'll show you guys how I do that. But in the first time, I think I'll just do a quick. How about I don't want the full Celtic because it's so many damn cards. Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna get 5 cuts and take 1 from each. I'm just gonna take once of each for 5 cuts. I eyeball it. I just bullshit all the time. I want a little more than 3. So I'm hoping this is for me and those who are gonna go for it. So let's go started. So, oh my God, are these all upside down? Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, Knight of Swords upside down. I mean, right side up. King of Pentacles, everything, and Pentacles, everything is fucking upside down. Cool. So, let you see them. When we get to them, I'll let you see about them. These are from, I always want to educate you of where I get these. This is from Modern Witch Tarot Deck by Elisa Sturl. So these are their authentic art. It is not AI. I believe so, because this shit's really good. And very solidified. Yeah, this is fucking her real art. I got this really cheap, so I do feel bad about that. Anyway, so I like to show you from all that. They came with this little guidebook and all that. So let me let you look at this. This is, what do we say? Ace of Wands. So we're gonna go to the Ace of Wands. Here's how it looks, and we're gonna go put that. It is upside down. Wands. No, it was the other way. Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay, Ace of Wands. A hand issuing from a cloud grasps a stout wand or club. The divinatory meanings, if it was right side up, it would be creation, invention, enterprise, the powers which result in these, principle, beginning, source, birth, family origin, the beginning of enterprises, according to another account, money, fortune, inheritance. Reversed would be fall, decadence, ruin, perdition, to perish, also clouded joy. Now I'm confused. Is that where it was? Did I put this upside down? If I accidentally put it upside down, then that's that. So it is, so now I'm feeling not great about that. The fall, the decadence, ruin, perdition, to perish, also clouded joy. Let me think about that. Then we got another upside down. This is Page of Wands. So we're going to listen to that, figure it out. I don't know. Now I'm feeling not great about them. Page of Wands, in a scene similar to the former, a young woman stands in the act of a proclamation. She's unknown but faithful, and her tidings are strange. The divinatory meanings would be, if it was right side up, it would be dark, young, that I don't know what this means. Dark young man, he will bear a favorable testimony concerning him. He is a dangerous rival if followed by the Page of Cups. Has the chief qualities of his suit. If it was reversed, which it is upside down, anecdotes, announcements, evil news, also indecision, and the instability which usually accompanies it. All right, well, now I'm not even sure how it's gonna go. I know I'm doing something. I guess maybe YouTube is not exactly what I'm expecting. I was still planning all this type of stuff. I just did this one. I did have 7 swords, and a Knight of Swords. It was reversed earlier today. So both of them were different. And let me get to that 7 of Swords. Where'd you go? I read it again. A woman in the act of carrying away 5 swords rapidly. The 2 others of the card remain stuck in the ground. A camp close at hand. The divinatory meanings. It would be design, attempt, wish, hope, confidence, also quarreling. A plan that may tail, which means probably fail. Annoyance. If it was reversed, it is good advice, counsel, instruction, slander, and babbling. Doing that to me. Sometimes I talk a little too much. Maybe that's what it has to do with the babbling. But ultimately, that looks a little bit more profitable, more positive than I thought. Good advice, counsel. Maybe I'm expecting more community and building more stuff for community. I have a lot of ideas for a lot of things that I want to do for straight up connection with the earth, and that includes my fellow humans. Let's get to that Knight of Swords. Now it's right side up. Okay. In full course, as if scattering her enemies. The divinatory meanings is a skill, bravery, capacity, defense, address, enmity, wrath, war, destruction, opposition, resistance, ruin. Reverse, which was earlier, would be imprudence, incapacity, extravagance. But this feels better. I'm expecting this a lot with the way I'm aware of the way the shift is going to be. I expect a little bit of violence. I hope it's limited. Anyway. I don't need To have wealth specifically, I only need abundance so that I can share with others. I have to trust the universe for that type of stuff. But let me get to the pentacles. Where am I at? Where's pentacles? King of Pentacles. Whoops. Oh, yeah. So this is the, did I ignore all of these? So let me let you see these because I fucking forgot. I have ADHD. These are some lovely, lovely works. I love to see that we have, probably, I see these skin of these characters are mostly, they're not white, except for this last one of King of Pentacles looks a little white, but a lot of these ladies are definitely not white. This one might be white. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. The figure calls for on special description. The face is rather dark. I don't know what that means because it's not dark. Anyway, oh, maybe like white devils. Suggesting also courage, but somewhat lethargic in tendency. The bull's head should be noted as a recurrent symbol on her throne. The sign of this suit is represented throughout as engraved or blazoned with the pentagram, typifying the correspondence of the four elements in human nature and that by which they may be governed. The divinatory meanings would be, if it was right side up, it would be valor, realizing intelligence, business and normal intellectual aptitude, sometimes mathematical gifts and attainments of this kind, success in these paths, but it is reversed, it's upside down. It's vice, weakness, ugliness, perversity, corruption, and parrot. Damn. I don't know. Some of these things, they don't feel the same way that I do. Feels not positive. I'm feeling negative about it, and I don't fucking know what that means, honestly. It looks like I'm not supposed to be trusting all this type of stuff. I'm not aware of where I'm supposed to go. So, I don't know. I trusted the way I wanted it to know what the universe was showing me something. It's a little fucking negative. But that is what it is. Not very... I'm a little lost. I don't know the path directly. All I know so far is that I can't do the capitalism so much. So, guess I just don't know what I'm gonna figure out. I got a little time for pendulum. I might ask some questions about what I have. I don't want to be here that much longer. I always have questions. Yeah, so many times I forget about having the... many times I forget about even doing the pendulum. It's usually just fairies. So, I don't... sometimes... That's the thing about fairies. They, They only get answers you need, and if you're faithful enough about what they're expecting and telling you stuff, and sometimes you have to make sure that you're not putting too much energy on it, because then it means you're biased, and I don't know how to do that yet. Usually I just ask extra, because sometimes also fairies will just fuck you over anyway, because they're like, don't do it. You know, like, you're not ready for it, or you're being a bitch, or, you know, that type of stuff. Like, bitch as in, like, you don't even want to have an answer. Sometimes I've had that. Why don't we... I like to do it a certain way. I'm gonna maybe start with, can I do it like this? Oh, maybe that's easy. Oh, no, I don't want to do that, because it'll put too much pressure on this, and it's not my stuff, so I'm gonna try and do it like this. A little bit better. Let's start with my cats. My cat already did some cards and he's like very awesome. He's a very cool cat. Literally a cool cat. Yeah. So I'm assuming that I'm just getting a random fairy. Am I getting a random fairy? Oh, I gotta fix it. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Is this an average fairy, or is it my higher self? Okay. Is that true? Well, you have no answer for that. Am I still talking to myself? Or do we say it as it's so collective that even our higher self is still within all the other fairies? You ain't even answering that. Well, am I just gonna be... Am I allowed to ask right now? Is that true? Okay, so I can ask things. That didn't say you have to tell the answer, but let me ask a few things. First of all, can you tell me stuff about my cat? Can you tell me the truth? Okay. He keeps coming over here to the corner. I want to know where I have my stuff. Is it that anytime he goes in the corner because he wants witchcraft? Is that every time he does that? Is that true? Okay. So I've been delayed. I have not been doing them much because ADHD. So is there something that he wants to talk about? He's pretty content, as far as I know, where we do as having him right now. I let him out. I take him to a walk. It looks like about every Monday, every morning. And he's pretty happy with that. And he's happy that I give him all his food. Oh my God, I forgot to give him his damn food. Shit. I still have his food. Okay, well, let me finish this fast then. Whatever. Is this food that he wants, is this pumpkin gonna be safe to eat in the next 30 minutes? Is that okay? Is that true? Okay, I'll do it when we're done. I forgot to give him his goddamn pumpkin. Was he trying to tell me about the pumpkin? That's unknown, so no. He knew I would get to it at some point, or he'd look at himself. Okay, so I know that I have an issue with my breast. I can't be sure what type of thing it is. I'm not familiar with what it is. Is that what he's trying to tell me? Or are you telling me what I want to hear? Is there actually... So did you tell a lie? So he's not concerned about the lump. He's not even concerned at all. Is that true? All right. So he's not worried about that. There's something else. What the fuck? So we have established that we have mold. We know he's worried about the fan of Shelly's house, Shelly's room. Does he know that that we know about that? He knows where it's all established. Is that true? He knows all about that. Well, then let me rephrase. Is there something he wants to tell me that is new? That is new. Unknown. So it could be something that he's already concerned about that I'm very familiar with. Is that true? Okay. Then there's no real point for me to ask about it. I guess I want to know what he's really upset about it, because he's still concerned. Is he going to tell me, So is it not about me? It's about him. Oh. It is me still that he's concerned about? Is that true? Okay. And it's something we've already established, which means he's probably still concerned. If it's not my lump, he doesn't care about my lump. Is that correct? So he's not worried about that. Is that true? So he's really still stressed about, he's still concerned about, he comes into the corner for the fan. Is that true? That's unknown. So he pretty much knows that we know about the fan and we're going to avoid it. So is it what? So we know we have mold. Does he come to the corner all the time for the mold? Is that true? I'm getting a known also. So it's not the mold that he comes to the corner? Are you telling the truth? Oh, so it's something else. Okay. But it's about him. It's about him. Oh. So, we know that I take him out. Is he very content about the way we have things? Is he okay with this? Is that true? Is he is he wanting to be involved in all the witchcraft stuff? Is that true? So is that true? Is he feeling left out? Is that true? Okay, so we know his concerns. We already know all about them. So when he comes over to the corner, he just wants to join. Is that true? Is that the fucking truth? You telling me a truth? Well, that's very sweet. So he usually likes, and is that like basically all of it? That I'm basically got at it. Okay. Sometimes I give him some cards. Does he like that? Okay. Does he prefer the pendulum? Is that true? So he usually likes that I figure it out from the fairies, because he likes the translator more than the signs. Is that true? So he's kind of like, why are you letting me out on you're not translating more than you're supposed to? We usually connect more with this. That's on me being ADHD, honestly. Tell him that. Tell him that sometimes I straight up forget stuff. So that's just that. Now that I know that I'm supposed to do it, I thought I was supposed to use it less. So he more wants me to do more stuff with him, my cat. More pendulum for my cat. Is that true? Okay, so we want more fun stuff. Fun stuff, whatever it can be. Okay. Is he already guiding me exactly what I'm supposed to do and all that? We're basically at this point where he's still a cat, needs to be a cat, and he needs to have his cat enrichment life. And at this point, he still always treats for himself and plays his own toys. He does that for now we still get that gray cat sometimes. If they ever smelled each other, would they immediately fight? Okay. So when I resist him and I take him away from the gray cat, that's the only way I can do it. That's basically what I have to do. Okay. So Bessie, the other cat, hates Carl because he's a boy. Because gray cat is not his balls chopped and he's a son of a bitch, which is just the instinct of that. Bessie is like not even. She's sterile, so we don't even know why that little son of a bitch gets a bitch. All right, well. Is there ever a time where Bessie will be friends with Carl? Is that true? Okay. Well, I guess it's just not immediately anyway. The way I'm doing it now is worth it, right? If Carl fought the gray cat, would that like Bessie appreciate that or what? Is that true? Well, I'm not fucking doing that. Like if that happens, it means I fucked over. I didn't do it. I missed it. I don't really want to do that. So right now, Carl is knowing how to be obedient for what we're doing on our walks. It's hot, it's sweaty, we can't do that long, but at least we're having that time. I know you can get rid of their boogers from cats if you roll up a paper towel and jam it in their nose. But it's like a string, and I don't know how to do it. Should I go do that to YouTube to get more of his stuff? Is that like as soon as possible? Okay. Damn, he's gonna hate it, but I guess I'll do that when I clip his nails, so that at least he's there. Should I do clip nail first and then the nose? Or should I do it the nose and the nails? Okay, so either works. Is that true? Okay. Well, it doesn't matter. He's gonna be a bitch either way. That is okay. He's a cat. I can't be mad. He's a cat. Like if I'm thinking about the if you choose your gameplay in the simulation theory. If I'm thinking about it, the simulation, it's a game. You choose what you do. And would there still be a hierarchy of consciousness in the cosmos? And so sometimes people, what if you have a higher self? Like is my consciousness is in the biological hierarchy of consciousness a little higher than the intelligence of my cat? Is that true? So it is like the animal world. The animal kingdom is still of the same type of the way things go for intellectual in the cosmos, for our consciousness. Is that true? It's more of like you think about patterns that you already have. Um you don't think about things that doesn't make sense. You think about things that already occur, that you're used to, the way patterns go. You get used to them. Because they basically, everything is repetitive. Cyclic. Always. Sometimes that does mean the animal kingdom. There is a consciousness kingdom. The way things go. But if he's, it looks like domesticated though. So the consciousness of animals, there's a lot of consciousness that's, I don't know. It's like we have so many fucking cows in the world and they all suck. That's like mostly they have horrible lives. And so is that like, do we have just like way more consciousness than we have in bodies? It's reverse. Is that true? So sometimes a consciousness chooses to have the same experience as a fucking cow. That's sad. But I do literally do the exact same thing every single time and it sucks. But there's like no positivity for those cows. They just die. They live in suffering and then they die. The fuck, man? I don't like that. Oh my god, they're like really... They're just supportive. They just do it like they do for plants. For the good of the colony. They're the most for the good of the colony because they go and they have this horrible existence just so that people can eat. Oh my god. Now you're gonna make me really sad. I don't want to have as much beef in this world. It's too much. It's too negative. They're just paying for all this, it's too much. Well, we want to change that too, honestly, bro. Because that's making me a little sad. I want the plants to have a good existence, and I would want to do that with cows too. And any animal, honestly. So I'm thinking, is there like no... So Cosmos has given me, Universe has given me a little bit of tips and money, so people have helped me from the YouTube. Am I going to also... I'm not gonna trust... I don't know how to trust. Is this where I would find my community anyway? So even if I don't get enough money, I'm not really there for money. And if I get money, that's good because I guess someone will like that. Like I'll get to pay rent. It's the consistency as the voice and all that, supporting for those of people, that it helps to make it spread for more people, and I don't know that I'm gonna get it from TikTok. I don't know if I get it, but mostly for my voice, I have the, it's more of like, I trust you guys to have more, you know, spend more time for literally thing you give a shit about. And so I don't edit so that people can get used to straight up slowing it up, as well as figuring out shit that you want and support and all of that. So I guess I'm not going to edit because I don't want to have people relying on a certain very fast way, which I am not going to be having. And so I'm not going to expect for things to be fast for me, because that would be counterintuitive. So it'll work, I don't know. I'm kind of like limiting all of my stress in my body, and I'm feeling better about that. And the more I connect with the way things are and not even having the pattern of necessity, I guess I wonder if I am going back. Am I, I like where I'm at, and I can't see it. I can't see shit. I mean, I can see there's always all these futures that I could have always. And I guess I'll just, do I want to know if I move? Okay, I want to know. Does universe want to let me know? Is that efficient to let me know if I have to move back, so I can prepare if it's true? Is that true? Okay. Is it that I'm not supposed to be in South Carolina? So I am still supposed to be here in the Horry County? Is that true? Or am I just hopeful? I am hopeful. I'm hoping a lot, because that's supposed to be, has to be positive and have manifestation. Do I have to prepare? Do I still, is it good? Do I want to prepare for moving? No, well, yeah. Well, I do have to prepare regardless. But do I need mutual aid? So, ask for people for helping? Am I thinking about asking for my family for helping, that type of stuff? So that's good. And do I want to ask for that for online too? For build my karmic energy and all of that? Make it a flow to and fro? Would it be still, or would it still be, would it be a better to ask for money than trying to make money? Is that true? That's how I support for actual community, trust people, so I can flow it back when it's time. Okay. Is that how the universe is going to support me at the time being? Community. So that I am way more used to. Is that true? I gotta be able to ask. And that is okay to be asking for help. That's the only way to build a community, to ask for help and need so we can share. So if I don't know how to ask, how will I be able to know how many people will need? If I show people that I can ask things, lets people know that they can do the same. We can ask shit. We can have help. And all of that. So yeah. Guess I will. Okay. I'll just do some of that stuff. My disability thing is not working. Is that like because the fairies are doing something? Or is it I have to call? Well, they asked for fucking my taxes. And I definitely forgot to get taxes. So they'll probably ask for it again. And you know what? Whoops. I fucking have ADHD. I don't know. How am I supposed to not forget this? It is what it is. I don't know why. It's quite bullshit, actually, that you're gonna get money from the IRS. Why can't the disability also part of the IRS? It doesn't make sense that they ask you for W-2s when they have my social. So it's quite bullshit. It's just extra barriers to keep people from support. Okay, so you mostly have to ask shit for people to help so that you have more familiarity with how to do for community. Okay. I'm not even that stressed. I'm letting it go and all that, which means yeah, I don't know about the femininity and masculinity as the energies. I don't know about them well enough. I also don't know numerology enough. I don't know enough about astrology. I'll just figure stuff out as it goes. I can only read shit when I'm interested. I can only do anything that I'm interested in. I am interested in, but not enough to know. Over time, I'll figure it out. But it's lunchtime. So it looks like I will just go do that. Oh, well, okay. Feels like I still have pain of the lump. Can you tell me to use them? Or do I have to trial and error? So, did I create a lump from famotidine? Is that true? Is that true? So, if that was the case, then I wouldn't want to do it at all. Is that true? What's the point of anything? I have the estrogen levels that are still too high, but apparently not enough for the famotidine. Then why do I have acne? I don't know. Is there supposed to be, so if it's the famotidine that I fuck myself over, if I fuck myself over and I take famotidine for a little bit, like maybe twice in the next week, then I stop and then I do it until, I do it in August. It feels like it's for my pap smear, which I wasn't gonna do. So it probably means that it's not even my breasts that has an issue. It would make more sense that it was like something having an issue with my uterus or whatever is in there. So I had to have pain to find a way for the cheap way. So do I even need famotidine? Still? Is that true? Does the famotidine help my uterus? Limit whatever it is going on with the estrogen levels? Is that true? Then why does it make my titty hurt? That doesn't make sense. But okay, sure. So it's just the 2 more days that I'm supposed to do? Or am I supposed to do famotidine more than that? Girl, you have me confused. So I don't know. I just hope for the appointment in August. Oh, if it's 11 a.m. Oh, it'll be early. It's early. It's not gonna bother me. I can just go at 10:20. We'll piss off my cat though. Nah, he gets it. He gets it. I gotta go there. If I'm feeling the pain, it's worse, then I'm just gonna stop using it. If I feel less pain, I will use it. I guess I'll see. I guess it doesn't matter what you say. I just gotta figure out what I literally feel. Could I have a risk of, so I know about if I get the cancer, it's for the stress. If it's for the anus, if there's anything in the anus, it would be from the stress. Because I have enough fiber. And I don't want to, I already did oh no. I'm just gonna like, can the body just release polyps if you get used to all this health for fiber? So I won't be stressed that much on that. I think if I have polyps instead of cancer, I'm fine. I don't know. We'll see. Well, it feels like I'm supposed to figure out something for my body that I wouldn't have found without having the issues that I have now. It was the only time I can trust on all of that. At least I have the free, cheap options, and honestly, if I need a surgery, they'll just set me up for Medicaid, which apparently is not going to keep it anyway. The reason why they're letting go of Medicaid is why we're gonna have universal health care fucking next year. Can I wait the surgery until next year? Is that true? Well, that's okay. I'm just gonna pay $5 a month. And then I'll just pay it a little bit, and then fuck you, it's gonna go universal anyway. It needs to go that soon? Is it top of surgery or is it bottom surgery? It's bottom surgery? Oh, okay. I am gonna get a hysterectomy, huh? I probably am. Well, does that mean I get imaging? So that we can know about my type of body so that it supports me for my future lawsuit. Is that true? Or is that just what I want to hear? Oh, is there actually no reason except for my health? So the imaging will not support me? Law? In the lawsuit? So the lawsuit will not use any imaging. So the imaging is just for me. So, is that true? So I won't be able to see a difference based on the lawsuit? It's just we're getting my ass there fast. Is that because of the dimple shots that's fucking me over? Or was that Nexplanon? Is it both of them have affected my entire body? Is that true? So because of that and being autistic and high stress, which means I have high estrogen levels, which means all the hormones fucked me over. Is that true? So that now I just have to have a hysterectomy. Otherwise I'd get cancer. Or I might have cancer. Or whatever non-cancerous lumps I have. Is that true? So it might even be, well, I guess I gotta keep my breast at some point, maybe. I think I'm gonna still be, well, I might be, keep my same thickness, or I gain it a little more. I don't know. I want to be my same thickness. I'm feeling content with my body size. Because sometimes that shit looks great. Sometimes people look great being thick. I like the look of abundance and appreciating of having extra food to show that, even though it's not really why I'm fat, but at least it supports that you could have more fertility with your food, your plants, whatever, which I'm literally not gonna have fertility. That's okay. There can be good for having kids without birthing them. And mentorship is a great, valuable thing. Oh my God, I have so many plans that I don't know how to do yet. So we're just starting with something, you know, baby steps. Always. Okay, I'm gonna be done with that. It's been way too long. Thank you very much. I don't know if this is my higher self, my higher community, we'll say that. I guess I wanted to chat a little bit. Help me find my people. You guys know how to affect my goddamn internet like a lot, so you guys might as well help me figure out the people that I want to build with. Please. Please and thank you. And are you liking it when I'm dancing a little bit in the bed when I'm going to sleep for my meditation? Honestly, we kind of even like, it's easier for me to dance to just silence instead of thinking from my brain. So I kind of like to move a little bit. Helps me see more spirits and all of that. Oh, can I get, can I be supported for the edible today? I can make mac and cheese easy no matter what. If I do famotidine today, because I'm going to eat a lot, do I want to, can I have famotidine tomorrow? Because I will just have the stuff for some lunch and some and the a bunch of carbs tomorrow. So can I have famotidine twice, today and tomorrow? Is that true? I guess I'll do that. Okay then, thank you. I'll see you later. I guess I've been farting, that's nice. I've only been farting instead of like sharding. You know what? Everyone's a human. We figure stuff out. So I gotta go and start eating and all that. So, bye.